YouTube. We're back. This about to still got the work clothes on. This about the probably the earliest that I've done a following up video. Trying to get videos out there when they're still relevant. You know, I'll be sitting there struggling. Thursday, Friday comes, still trying to get a video up before the next game. So then it ends up being like a post game / preview thing. We're gonna try to up the ante here a little bit. More frequency, but let's get straight into it. Why the AJ Brown drama this early in the season could be a good thing. Let's get into it. Now, in case you've forgotten, this time around last year, not this time, way later in the season actually, AJ Brown was reading books, right? Perfectly harmless, this, that, and the third, but he told you why. Whenever he was upset, frustrated, he would read books. Now, he's being upfront, wow, the biblical verse to go along with it, taking a little jabs at somebody. We don't know who. Somebody, but man, you know how the media gets with the Eagles, man. I mean, Cam Newton's been eating up, Michael Irvin. I mean, just gassing it. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith for sticking up for Jalen Hurts, because this went from everybody, the Eagles community, we're all speculating, oh, offensive coordinator. He's talking about the offensive coordinator. All the media is like, oh, Jalen Hurts' passing yards are low. Jalen Hurts isn't getting him the ball. So this early on in the season, this could be a good thing because, as you know, Devontae Smith is not the type to talk. Everybody's so focused on AJ Brown. Devontae Smith's numbers have been even lower than they were last year, and we know he's a wide receiver too, and they always try to get AJ Brown the ball, but AJ Brown's not the only one whose numbers are staggering here, okay? Let's get that out there, but Devontae Smith is not the type to speak up on it. AJ Brown is. So I feel like if AJ Brown is speaking up, unless it's just his numbers that are, up and down, then he might be speaking for him and Devontae. You know what I mean? Just the wide receivers in general on the team. And I'm just glad that they're finding a way to win this early on in the season while still clearly having things that they need to improve on. You know what I mean? Like, everybody was talking about how difficult the schedule is. Not to undermine it, we do have the hardest schedule. How difficult this schedule is, and what the Eagles could easily go 1-3 or 0-4, whatever the first 4 games. I forgot what people were saying, some craziness. And we came out on the other side and we're 4-0. So that's a beautiful thing. I would rather the team peak later on in the season for the playoffs than early on in the season. Like I said, there's clearly other things to work on. But I will say, as far as every other aspect of the game outside of the offense, they look to be more battle-tested than other teams. You know what I mean? Speaking of battle-tested, let's give it up for Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell and Jahad Campbell. Okay? My rookie is balling. My second year players and Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper DeJean are balling. I mean, they're young cats, but they're playing like they're vets. And the way that they've been vetted into this Eagles franchise and, clearing out other people so we could pay them a couple years down the line, they might as well be vets because they're playing like it, okay? Quinyon is now traveling. He's strapped up 2 weeks in a row now. I forgot his stats from earlier on, but I could vouch the last 2 games he has been absolute straps. Egbuka, when Quinyon Mitchell was guarding him, was absolutely non-existent. All the Buccaneers fans are gonna glaze. Oh my gosh, Egbuka had 100 receiving yards. Go back and watch that tape when Quinyon is on him. Okay? But yeah, man, great game. I mean, they both had really high PFF grades, top 10 for the cornerbacks this past week. Jahad Campbell, I'll link it again. I'm sure he had a crazy PFF grade as well. And Zach Bond is still doing his thing, leading the defense. Looking at pressure, though, we might need to do something about this defensive line, specifically the edges. I mean, I saw I got to go watch the All-22 film. Vic Fangio just came out and said that Zadarius Smith had his best game of the season. And I know that he had definitely more plays. Obviously, with Nolan Smith being out, he had an increase in role. But, like, I don't specifically remember a play of him getting crazy pressure. But I'm not taking away from him. I have to go look. But, hey, I mean, if Vic said it, then, hey, I guess. But I don't think we got a lot of pressure. I think we actually struggled. Like, Baker had way too much time throughout the game. Or we just weren't finishing. Like, they would get back there, and then Baker zoop, zoop, zoop. Thank goodness they clutched up at the end. Moro Jomo and somebody else, like, doubled up and actually thrashed Baker Mayfield towards the end of the game. Shout out to Baker for giving us the game. Jahad Campbell with the crazy catch. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Nakobe Dean comes back this week, I believe. Going to be very interesting to see what Vic Fangio does. He just said that he's ruling out for right now Jahad Campbell going to the edge, which is what all the Eagles community, anybody in the Eagles community has been like really preaching is his versatility. So maybe later on in the season, not now. Okay. Man, I mean, what a game. I mean, for us to win a game against a great team like the Buccaneers while not completing a pass in the second half, bro. How are we winning these games? Actually, special teams. That ends up being the difference. These last couple games, special teams. Shout out to his special teams coach, man. But for us to jump out to a crazy lead, I was thrown off. Like, there was something off in my body. You know how it is during the Eagles games with the anxiety. You know, it's like this, but I was thrown off. I'm like, why are we giving them belt? Why are we giving the Bucs belt off the rip? Everybody knows the Eagles are a second half team. If you watch the Eagles, you know, last season before, this season, you know we're a second half team. So now I'm good. I knew it was a bad thing that we jumped out to a lead like that. I'm like, no way. We've been struggling. We're just gonna put together two halves of just great, perfect football, right? I should have went with my gut. Because the Buccaneers walked that down. And after just walking down the Rams last week, that was not a good feeling to be the ones being the prey in the situation. Just watched it happen slowly. Bucky fumbled. I was turned. Next thing I know, Jahad Campbell's only real bad play of the game. Brrr! Oh, my gosh. I was sick, but I do have, as you know, like last week, I do have Bucky Irving on fantasy. So I was like, eat up, youngin', but not too much. Not too much. But yeah, man, it was a great game until the end. You know, they're gonna try to take away from this win, saying that Mike Evans was out. In the recent games that we played Tampa Bay, AJ Brown has been out this game. Devontae Smith has been out this game. They've both been out when we played the Buccaneers. Like, I'm not even gonna speak on it. I just spoke on it the last video. I was watching Julio Jones. I was praying during the game, Julio Jones and Quez Watkins get open. How? 60-year-old Julio Jones out there running routes trying to get open. How, Sway?
Yourself.
How, Sway?
Take a few.
Overall, it was a great team win. Great team win. First game I've seen Andrew Makuba, I'm like, he actually got. You know? You know what I mean? But I can't say too much because, I mean, him and Reed had an equal opportunity on that long touchdown to Egbuka. Shout out to Egbuka. Still giving you your props. You just got clamped up by Quinion, though, but any other DB was in front of him, barbecue chicken, okay? Not named Cooper DeJean. Yeah. Great game, though. Man, Kevin Patullo. Oh, my gosh. Let's get this in order soon here, buddy, okay? How are we winning games and we can't establish a passing game or a run game? You know what I mean? I mean, we got it good. That's just straight up off the talent and the buildup of this roster. It runs deep. Runs deep, man. But as much as I blame it on Kevin Patullo, this O-line, man, we got to talk about this. I mean, Landon Dickerson and Landon Dickerson's PFF grade. Cam Jurgens hasn't been doing all that well. I mean, we can't get anything going right now. And against a Broncos team whose defense is top rated or whatever, I'm gonna put it here. I don't even know if they're rated, but they're numbers wise, they look to be an elite defense this season. The offense is gonna have to get something going. And you know, Bo Nix and the style that they play on offense, shoot out, deep bomb. He's throwing it, he's launching it. So we're gonna have to bring it. You know, the Broncos don't put fear in my heart, but they make me peek over my shoulder a little bit. You know what I mean? All due respect, because Bo Nix, it's his second year and he's doing pretty well. That's really it for me here, folks. A little short, 11-minute vid. Hope y'all have a good one.
Chase the money and not love, it's just you might as well. Cause if you get a sentence, she gon' leave you right in jail.